Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 11, entitled as Viśvato-Mukham Yoga. Sloka 10 and 11. Aneka-vaktra-nayanam, anekādbhuta-darśanam, aneka-divyābharaṇaṁ, divya-nekodyatāyudham, divya-mālyāmbara-dharaṁ, divya-gandhānulepanam, sarvāścarya-mayaṁ devam, anantaṁ viśvato-mukham. As soon as the divine eyes were given in the 8th sloka, then Arjuna started seeing. What did he see is what's been in this 2 slokas and rest of the upcoming slokas. This is spoken by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra. Devam, shining brilliantly. Anantaṁ, unlimited, meaning not limited by any condition like time or place. Viśvato-mukham, all pervading, meaning whose faces in all different directions. Aneka-vaktra-nayanam, possessing many eyes and mouths. Aneka-divyābharaṇaṁ, possessing many wonderful sights. Aneka-divyābharaṇaṁ, adorned with innumerable divine ornaments. All the ornaments are divine, aprakrita, not made of prakrita, meaning not made of material elements. They are spiritual ornaments. Divya-anekodyatāyudham, holding many and varied divine weapons. Divya-mālyāmbara-dharaṁ, bearing divine garlands and dress. Divya-gandhānulepanam, smeared with divine highly fragrant sandal paste. Sarvāścarya-mayaṁ, full of all kinds of wonders. Rūpam darshayamase, showed the cosmic form. Translation: Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. These 2 sets of sloka has 2 parts. One talks about the Lord Swarupa, meaning his natural transcendental body, and another one is about his Rupa Guna, which consists of many other things. The first one is devam, anantaṁ, viśvato-mukham, and then the second set is where it describes about abharaṇam, ayudham, mala, ambaram, and so forth. And another thing to be noted here is the sequence of the sloka. Aneka-divyābharaṇaṁ is mentioned, that is the weapons, divine weapons. Divya-nekodyatāyudham, then the weapons. Then divya-mālyāmbara-dharaṁ, the garlands and garments. And finally divya-gandhānulepanam, the scent, various scents that was smeared on the transcendental body of the Lord. If you see the sequence here, ornaments, weapons, garlands, dress, sandalwood paste, or any type of divine scents smeared on the body. And this is not the sequence that usually anyone will get ready. No one will wear the ornaments first and dress next, and then apply some scents, fragrance on top of them. The sequence should be apply something on top of the body, sandal paste or fragrant something, wear the dress, then wear the ornaments, then wear the garlands, and then we don't wear the weapons, but the Lord carries the weapons. That should be the sequence. Since Arjuna was in great amazement and out of his devotion, he was totally lost the sequence of what he is seeing. Therefore, the sequence is out of order. Aneka-vaktra-nayanam, sahasra-sirisha purusha sahasraksha sahasrapad. In the Purusha Sukta, it is said the Lord has 1,000 heads, 1,000 hands, 1,000 legs. Well, if someone is having 1,000 heads, naturally they should have 2,000 hands, 2,000 legs, and so forth. Then why is Purusha Suktam says only 1,000 legs and 1,000 hands for 1,000 head? It is just representation. It is not limited by that number 1,000. Thousands and thousands of heads, thousands and thousands of hands, thousands and thousands of legs. That is how the meaning should be taken over there. To avoid that confusion over here, we can see the numbers are not used. There is no mention of any numbers in this sloka. Rather, it says that aneka-vaktra, aneka-nayanam, aneka-darshanam, aneka-bharaṇaṁ, and so forth. That means aneka means many, 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 many. There's no any limit to it. So many faces, so many eyes, so many wonderful pastimes, so many weapons, so many ornaments, many of these things in that one form. So he could see aneka-vaktra-nayanam. He could see many different types, kinds of faces like lion, tiger, cow, man, gods, and other living entities, different beings. Within those, each one of them, he could see different varieties and featured faces. Another question might come here. In the sloka we see aneka-vaktra-nayanam. When the Lord has many faces, it is obvious that the faces will have eyes. That means many eyes. Then why should it be specifically mentioned here many eyes? That is to inform that there are many faces of many types, and these faces has eyes of different sorts, different types. Therefore, aneka-nayanam, many eyes has been mentioned here. Next, anekādbhuta-darśanam. There is nothing more marvelous than this sight. What has been shown, what has been seen. Only this looks most wonderful thing that brings amazement. There can't be anything much more greater or wonder than this. Besides many mouths, many eyes, many faces, this form possesses many other wonderful features attracting one's attention. It also reveals many wonderful pastimes of the Lord. Killing of various demons, deliverance of the Arjuna trees, Kaliya Damana, swallowing the forest fire, lifting of Govardhana hill, and many more pastimes. Darshanam, aneka-vaktra-nayanam. Now let's meditate on these two lines until the next session to know more about rest of the slokas. Aneka-vaktra-nayanam, anekādbhuta-darśanam. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. Now let's move on to the next one. Aneka-divyābharaṇaṁ. Abharanam means ornaments or decoration or adornment. All these different things can be the meaning of abharanam. Bhushanam also means the same, ornaments. Swami Ramanujacharya in Sharanagati Gatyam he lists out the various bhushanam, ornaments. Kirita, Makuta, Chudavadamsa, Makara Kundala Graiveyaka, Hara Keyura Kataka, Srivatsa, Kaustuba, Muktadhamodara, Bandana, Pitambara, Kanchi Guna, Nupuradhya Parimita Divya Bhushana. These are divyam, transcendental, spiritual, aprakritam. The ornaments are all owned by the Supreme Lord. They are most wonderful to behold, everlasting, faultless. These ornaments doesn't have a fault like those ornaments of this world, because the ornaments of this world has faults in something or the other. They are mixed. The ornaments of the Lord is faultless, sweet smelling, soft to touch, wonderful with splendor, such as kirita, that is crown, studded with many wonderful stones like diamonds and rubies and pearls and all kinds of stones. Again, they are also divyam, not from this world. He was wearing earrings, ear ornaments like shark-shaped, and he was wearing necklaces, various kinds of types of necklace. He was wearing garlands with different types of flowers. Some of the flowers we might have not even heard of. He was wearing shoulder bracelets and bracelets in his hands, also wearing garlands made of pearls. He was wearing golden waist bands and also ornaments that goes on the leg, his lotus feet, and other many precious, innumerable bhushanams, ornaments around his body. Of 1,000 names mentioned in Vishnu Sahasranama, one of the name is Bhushana. It is name of the Lord. He who become adorned, or he who adorns. He who wears the ornaments of Saulabhya, meaning one who is easy to attain. He wears that as his bhushanam. He adorns this world with his different incarnations at his wish. Therefore he is called Bhushana. He who adorns every creature by his being their antaryami, therefore he is Bhushana. He who beautifies this world by his variety of creation, therefore he is called Bhushana. Aneka-divyābharaṇaṁ. Next, divya-nekodyatāyudham. Weapons. He was holding to many different kinds of weapons which were ready to be in action. In Sodasayuda Stotram, a work done by Swami Desikan, he lists out 16 weapons. Chakram, the divine disc, represents the time, the Kala Tattva. Parasu, axe, this represents all the axes that are used by Rudras. Kunta, spear, to chase away the Asuras. Number 4, Dandam, stick, to punish the miscreants. Ankusham, goad, the one that controls the elephant from running away. Likewise, this weapon is to protect the devotees from running away behind the material things. Satamukha-agni, 100-edged weapon emanating Agni, fire. This will burn all the sins of one who meditate upon this weapon, like the bugs and insects that falls into the lamp and get burnt. 7th, Nishtrimsa, sword. This weapon is the embodiment of jnana, knowledge, which means when we meditate upon this weapon, one's ignorance will be destroyed. Shakti, veil. The power to create the world comes from this weapon. When we meditate upon this weapon, our asakti will be destroyed, meaning the inability or weakness towards our devotional service will be destroyed. Panchajanyam, conch. This represents the pranavam, Om. Just the sound of it will bring fear in the hearts of enemies, in the hearts of fearful entities. When we meditate on Panchajanyam, it protects us from these disturbing other entities. Sarngam, bow. This represents the Sattvika Hankara, and the arrows comes from this bow or the Indriyas. When we meditate upon Saranga, it removes our false ego, helps us to control the Indriyas. Pasam, noose. Noose usually used for binding, but in contrary here, this weapon will free us from the bindings of this world if we meditate on it. Sira, plow. Plow is used for cultivation of agricultural land. When we meditate upon this weapon, it helps us to cultivate our bhakti towards the Lord. It makes our heart fertile. 13th weapon, Vajrayudham, thunderbolt. This is not the same one that Indra has, which was created out of a rishi's backbone. This is a divine Vajrayudham. We meditate upon the Vajrayudham to protect our devotion. Gadai, mace. This is considered to be the representation of Mahan, the second in the order of creation. The first is Prakriti, the second is Mahan, and the third is Ahankara. This weapon has the power to destroy the world. May that Gadai protect me. Musalam, pestle. This weapon protect. We meditate upon this weapon to protect us from bad habits, bad behaviors. In other words, pray to this weapon to destroy unwanted habits. Sulam, trident. We meditate upon this weapon to protect us from all kinds of ailments, so that one can perform devotional service to the devotees and the Lord as long as they are in this body, in this world. So these are the 16 weapons: Chakram, Parasu, Kunda, Dandam, Ankusham, Satamukhagni, Nistrimsa, Shakti, Panchajanyam, Sarangam, Pasam, Siya, Vajrayuta, Gadai, Musalam, Sulam. We can see these 16 weapons held by Sudarshana, Lord Sudarshana. Sudarshana is the principal deity of all the weapons. He is also called as Hetirajaha, king of all weapons. Sri Sudarshana is none other than the divine will of the Supreme Lord. Sankalpa. Swasankalpa kala kalpaihi ayudaihi ayudeshvaraha. He is the king of all weapons, and he transforms into these 16 weapons. 16 is not the limit. 1600, 16,000 and many weapons. Aneka ayudhams, unlimited, many weapons. So what we have seen today in this session are aneka-divyābharaṇaṁ, the Lord with many ornaments, and divya-nekodyatāyudham, the Lord with many weapons. That covers the 10th sloka. So we will see the 11th sloka in the next session. Namaste. Hare Krishna.